Hey, what's going on everyone? In this video I'm doing an unboxing and review of a mobile Bluetooth keyboard for the 2013 edition of the Nexus 7 tablet, and I ordered it from Minisuit. If you want a link to the product page in which I purchased this keyboard, I'll put a link to that product page in the video description. To simply expand the description and there you'll find it. When I ordered it, I also got this little keychain type of thing. It says Minisuit on it. Yeah, it's neat. It's like rubber. Whatever. It's all good. So let's do the unboxing really quick. We can get into the review. Okay. So, USB cord for charging the keyboard itself. Okay. Alright. Let's see what else we have in here. I'll get back to the keyboard right away. Oops. Okay, this looks to be like a setup guide. Package contents, yeah, setup guide. This is video instructions. Okay, that's pretty neat. They actually have their own YouTube channel in which they show you how to get it set up and stuff. Always good to have. And that's the keyboard itself. First impression and thoughts is that this is extremely light. I would say half the weight of the tablet itself. It's very, very light. It feels metallic. Actually, the material at the back is quite soft. Actually, it kind of, well, it doesn't resemble the Nexus 7 too much, but it gives the same type of feel, but you'll notice that the shade of black is a little bit different. Alright, so let's talk about the specs of the tablet first. It's using Bluetooth 3.0, and according to the manual, it says that it lasts up to 55 hours with uninterrupted working time. I've been using it on and off for, if you add up all my hours, I would say 5 to 6 hours. So far it works just great. I haven't had to charge it yet. Now, the instruction manual claims it's also dust proof and waterproof. I don't think it's possible to be waterproof, perhaps water resistant. I will reluctantly be doing a water test. I'll maybe put this under my tab and show you guys if it is indeed water resistant. But you know, basically the tablet itself, the way it fits is just right here. It's kind of doesn't even clip. It just literally just puts it in and that's it. Simple as that. The keyboard itself has a dedicated back button. So actually, let me open something. Here's the back button. As you can see, press back. Has a dedicated home button. So let me demonstrate that. Went back home. Depending on where you're using it, as you can see, I'm highlighting certain things here. If I were to go to my recipe app, press enter, it opens up the app itself. It's very stable. Notice that it kind of extends at the back here. So if I were to push it over, it won't fall backwards because you have this extended part here. It also supports, according to the manual, 10 meters distance, and it still works. I've actually tested it. I can confirm that it works. Actually, I think I was able to reach about 11 meters, and it was still working. So here you have the on-off switch. The first time you turn it on, you're gonna have to sync it. So you just simply press the connect button. There's the Bluetooth indicator and a power indicator. Over on the right, this is the charging port. Now the thing about this tablet is that I mentioned that it came with a wire to charge with, but it doesn't come with the AC adapter where you plug in the USB cord in here and then plug this into the wall. Not a big deal because you could just use the one for your Nexus 7, but I just have to mention that Okay, so I used to be a hardcore PC gamer, so if you're like me, you might appreciate this. If the game supports it, an Android game, if it supports a keyboard, you can actually use a keyboard for gaming. I find the keyboard in some games to be a lot more easier to use. So as you can see, I'm using the keyboard, I'm not touching the screen. So what I'm doing is purposely just leaving it like this, the video. You guys can look for any symbols that might be missing that you prefer, that you wish were there. You could pause the video because this is just stationary. Now what's quite important here for some people, especially if you're watching like a movie or video, is that pressing the function button down here in the bottom left, you can actually access a whole bunch of other commands here. There's pause, play, fast forward, next track, previous track. Volume increase, let me do volume. So I'm increasing the volume with the keyboard, I'm decreasing it. If you take your tablet and put the screen facing down on the keyboard itself, it kind of just clips in just nicely in there, and you can actually carry the keyboard and your tablet together 2-in-1. It looks very sleek when it's combined together. Looks like a type of notebook of some type. Now in terms of how secure it is, as you can see, I'm just wobbling, it's not coming out. So it's kind of just clipped in there, so I'm not saying just flick it and see if your tablet will fly out, but I'm just kind of giving you an idea that it's not really coming out too easily. But taking it out with your fingers, just on the side or the top, you can get one of the edges. it's not too difficult. And of course, because this is a Bluetooth keyboard, it's able to work with other Android devices. Here's my Nexus 7, it's on standby, but I've actually connected the keyboard to my Nexus 10 tablet instead. So let me give you a test. This is a test. Let's see if I can zoom in and show you guys clearly. So yeah, because it is a Bluetooth keyboard, it can work with other Android devices. So what I'm going to do now is the water resistant test. Okay, I really don't want to do this because I'm hesitant, but I'll do it for my loyal viewers, I guess. So here's the water resistant test. I've turned it off. I put on sprinkler mode so the water will spread around more easily. And this feels really strange doing this, but I'll get it completely soaked in there. Okay, now there should be no doubts. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to wait probably 2 to 3 hours for it to dry out. I'll say 3 hours, just so there's a guarantee it's completely dried out. And I'll let you know what happens. Okay, so with the water test done, much to my delight, the keyboard is still working, as you guys can see, thankfully. So with that said, let's break this review down to its final score. And I will give this keyboard case 2-in-1 type of accessory a 4.5 out of a 5. And here's why. The pros of it is, as I mentioned, there's plenty of shortcut functions for Android. There's back, home, play, pause, volume up and down. You got a whole bunch of stuff like that. The keyboard itself is also very generic. It's nothing too special in terms of like learning curve. It's just a very generic keyboard, and you got your standard Android functions like I mentioned just now. The keyboard itself is extremely light, very compact. It complements the size of the Nexus 7 tablet very well. But the fact that it's very light doesn't take away from the fact that it's very sturdy. This thing is a kind of a metallic material, plastic and metal, 2-in-1, so it's actually very sturdy. In terms of accessibility, it's a Bluetooth keyboard, so it's very easy to use. But most importantly, taking your tablet in and out is a snap. Well, not even a snap, because it literally slides in and out. So it's very quick on the go. Not only that, the stability of it is great, because pushing it would require pounds of pressure before it would fall over. Because it is a Bluetooth keyboard, it works with other Android devices, as I have demonstrated with my Nexus 10. According to the instruction manual, this keyboard is water and dust proof. Actually, I really doubt it's waterproof, but water resistant, yes, for sure, as I demonstrated by putting the keyboard under the tap. Using the keyboard as a case is really easy on the go, and not only that, it's so compact, yet it looks very, very sleek. Battery life on the keyboard is ridiculously awesome. It's been going on for hours and hours. In fact, I've had to charge my tablet before I even had to charge this keyboard even once so far. Now, there's not much more to say because it is a simple Bluetooth keyboard, but there's one thing I had to mention is that the con. The con is very, very tiny because I'm sure that the manufacturer and designers thought this through very much, but because when you're using this as a type of carrying case, it requires that you put the tablet facing down with the screen down. What I preferred to have seen was like a little rubber padding around the edges here. So that way I can guarantee that there'll be no scratches on the front facing side. I'm sure that's not going to happen, but I prefer that the designers had done that. Overall, it's very worth checking out. It's very compact, very light, and it does its job fantastically. Obviously, it does not support using the tablet in portrait mode. I can't get it to stay, and not only that, when I did, it was falling over immediately. But that's a given, because if it was to support portrait mode, well, it would require that this part here be that much longer to support its weight. Doesn't make it very practical in terms of mobility, does it? So just a tiny con is that I wish it had some sort of rubber padding here at the front because you put your screen down. Other than that, it's a great tablet case, keyboard case rather, and definitely worth checking out. Remember, the product link is in the video description to expand it. So if you guys found this video useful, be sure to check out my Facebook, Google+, Twitter links in the video description. Hit the like button, it does help, subscribe, and thanks for watching.